nerds. Welcome to your Discourse Syndicates FN Hangout. It's Friday night. I am the captain, your captain, giving it to you live on a Friday night like usual. Sorry for all the mix-ups. You don't even know what I got going on over here. I got 106 fever on a 6-year-old. I've got a few weeks left of work left, and I got to go in tomorrow at like 3 a.m. and go help these guys get some stuff handled because we got an emergency job going down. What an insane amount of crap going on. And now you guys have to wait because I'm being told that I have to check on my 6-year-old because mama's at the store getting medicine, and the medicine's all gone in the cabinets because probably every kid in the neighborhood right now has a fever. So give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. All right. I'm back. Sorry, guys. Okay. Fever's good. Fever broke and it's looking good. So let me just text mama real quick and make sure she knows everything's okay. Let's see. Hold on. Little guy is happy. He was in there watching tunes. He's good. All right. Sorry, guys. Anyway, we're good. Let's say hi to the chat room for the second time because I started the stream already and I didn't start the broadcast because I got so much crap going on right here at 7 o'clock at night. Whew. Okay. Dorsey. What's up? No Knipples tonight. I think he might be a little busy. He's been doing a lot of work too. We have been super busy. Sandy Beach, a lady. As soon as I get a minute to get to where you know, gotcha. I still gotcha. Mr. Roland, how you doing? And no, don't worry. Nobody trusts you with the switches. We trust you with a lot more, but not the switches. Who else is in here? We got the body mechanic. Hey, welcome. And Almirlos. Hex is dying slowly. Why? That's asinine, bro. Really? Are you watching crypto right now? Do you have any kind of clue of what's going on in crypto right now? Like, we're lucky. In fact, I just had lunch with my little buddy Brissology, and we were talking about just this point. Think about this, guys. So we've got crypto market cap at about 850 billion 2017 run up to the 20K Christmas, right? Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Hold on 1 second. This is going to be important. Wow, this is a shitty stream. I'm sorry, guys. but there's nothing I can do about it. I've got to play quadruple duty right now. So back to my thought about the market. $850 billion market cap. I know market cap is really kind of like it's really a macro gauge of kind of like what could be kind of going on. Not really accurate gauge of the amount of dollars flowing in and out and whatever, but close. We run up 20K Christmas and boom, back down. $850 billion, close to 900 billion, I think that time. That was 17, 18. We ran up this last bull run to 3 trillion. $3 trillion market cap. Bitcoin goes to 65K. And then all of a sudden, no FUD, no super FUD. There were some things which was weird going on. $2 trillion leaves the market. Leaves like a bat out of hell, leaves the market. 2 trillion in market cap disappears. Before FTX scams out, before our little buddy Sam Bankman-Fried runs off with everybody's money or gets tagged as the one doing it, right? Let's not say it was this guy, the mastermind. I'm sorry, this kid's, he ain't anything special. He's a pleb. He is a pleb. He's a patsy. There was a lot more going on in the background of this thing. And we're going to find out. So we dump down back to 850 billion. And now all of a sudden, the FUD comes out that this SBF freaking FTX is ruined. Walks away with billions of dollars. All these other exchanges are falling like dominoes. And what does it do to the price of Bitcoin or to the market? Nothing. Nothing. The 850 billion that's in here is from the diehards, from the crypto folks, from all of us that are in here, hodlers. That's the real value of the market that's in here right now. So this, if you guys ever seen FUD work, like from 2015 to 2018, anytime you saw FUD, it moved the market. It moved the market. You hear something come out of China. You hear something come out of South Korea. You hear any kind of FUD whatsoever coming out, and that market moved. I mean, it moved. And now all of a sudden, this big monster freaking dick shot happens, and nothing even wiggles. It doesn't wiggle anything. That money knew what was going on, in my opinion. That money left for just that reason, what was going on there. That money came in, played around, and left for a reason. All of this is what is because of the money leaving. So something went down. Something is afoot here. And now, I was just talking to my little buddy at lunch, find out that Fidelity is now going to offer crypto to its customers. Fidelity, this big old giant money house, is going to be giving crypto. Could they have been the ones trying to wreck the exchanges so they can be the ones holding all the crypto? I don't know, but it's awful funny that that's what these guys are doing now. I don't know. Well, let me say hello to everybody now, just my little, anyway, exponential gains. Welcome. A lot of the same guys. How many people we got in here? 78? I must be way behind because I screwed up the intro and everything. We get the best intro in crypto twice. Dorsey, you know what? That buys you a free pass. You can go ahead and say what you want tonight, and you won't get timed out. Very nice thing to say. Let's see here. A wild SJ's in here. SJ, congrats. I hope you get your new toy. I really like it, by the way. And I put my stamp of approval on it. Sight unseen, provided it's in really great shape. But I like the model, and I like the numbers on it. Good choice. Fiat, ahoy to you too. Torin, hey, good to see you, bro. Good to see you. Who else is in here? Sea Chef. Welcome. Empty corner. Rug. No, you're not rugged. I'm here, man. I'm here. Yeah, man. I'm giving it to. Thanks, Al. Yeah, man. Giving it to try. Serena. Oh, we have been graced with the presence of the female OG, the OG streamer of all Hexicans, the Queen, Serena Alonzi. What's happened, Serena? Always love seeing you coming in. Got to come hang out with us sometime again. And who else? Let's just slide this thing out. Hey, Paul Bird, thanks for the $20. To you too, man. Good to have you. Good to have you. Thank you. Dev Huey. Hey, Dev Huey, you're Dev. DM us. Jose Cuervo. Ooh, Cuervo, man. I have a tattoo on my back because of that stuff, man. One of my tats is because of freaking Jose Cuervo. Oh, God, that stuff was... Anyway. Hex Fetty. RG3, you the man. Oh, thank you. I think you are. Let's see who else. Sir Edward Tricombe. What's up? Trichomes. Had to get grandma her. I've got family coming out, so I had to get grandma her trichomes for her trip out here. Ace, how's it going? Brissology, my little buddy. What's up, Briss? We had sushi today. Super Hex, yo, what's up, dude? Everybody, that's the man right there. That's OG. Freaking out there competing with Richard on the jets and freaking Dior bags and Louis Vuitton and Gucci. He's out there keeping up with the RH guys. I'm telling you. Hey, cap stamp for approval. Yes. Provided that thing is sound. Now I'm like I said, sight unseen. Haven't seen the brakes. I would like to go over all of it, or make sure you go over all that. But definitely the numbers, engine, model, good stuff. Chris J. Hex, welcome. Kool-Aid's in here. What are you doing with all these accounts? Hex Machine, hey brother, SEC chasing anonymous Hexican Twitter accounts. The investigation cannot be going well for them. Well, I think it's a blanket throw. They're throwing a blanket over the whole thing. And they're just trying to capture it. And it's not just Hexicans now. I'm hearing there's other communities that are having the same issue. I think that what we're seeing, guys, is the SEC maybe needing to show some action over the next few months, because there's going to be a lot of focus on them and what they're doing in the crypto space. So having some investigations going on, showing that they're doing some work, showing that they are looking into things, may be necessary for them to answer to Congress and other bosses. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, guys? They're kind of getting like busy work done, and trying to make it look, I don't want to say they're trying to make it look like they're working, but they're probably trying to make it look like they're working, and just, casting a wide net. Guys, Hexicans have absolutely nothing to worry about, because if the captain, I hate talking to myself in the third person, it kind of sounded weird, but if I'm not worried about anything, and what I've done and everything that I've done is above board in this community, and everything that I've done with my businesses, with my relationship with Richard and Hex and the whole thing, there is no entity I'm involved with. Richard has never had any kind of deal with me whatsoever, not a contract, not a payout, nothing. Like, he hardly even speaks to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we exchange niceties. That's about it. So just to let you know, we're all good, man. All you guys out there that are getting hit up by the SEC, we're good. Let them investigate. Let them do their thing. We're good. So anyway, Hex Fetty, Alien Hex, can you playing? Or is that legit comment? I'm down, bro. But I know we got to stick together. Alien, what are you talking about? I missed something. I'm not going to go back up. Swearworks. Whoo! Oh, gee. Love me my Swearworks, man. Like old days. All right, Captain J, how's it going today? Discussion about, do I have to wait 2 years, 2024, or BTC bull run? I don't know what you're going to have to do for a BTC bull run, but I'm sure we'll see a Hex bull run anytime soon here. Jeremy Geary, second time watching your program. Let's do this. Hey, thanks for watching us a second time. That's a plus. I like it when I hear somebody came back for the second time. Oh my, look who is here and dropped us a $17.99. What is that thing? I only know is the S with the thing is the dollar sign. It's a yeah, I forget what I was gonna say. Anyway, Hex Toys, everybody, Hex Toys is the man. Love this guy. In fact, the reason we have these is because of Hex Toys. I couldn't smuggle them into London when I got there. He actually brought them to me and I got to take them back with me. So thank you, Hex Toys. You are the man. He's also the man who made Richard's jeweled hex necklace. He gifted that to Richard. He literally made that and gifted it to Richard. Freaking guy is phenomenal. Phenomenal. All right. Hey, Hex Deck. Good to have you with us, bro. What else we got? Tim Top. That is good to see you, man. Wow, right on. Okay, I went through everything. Welcome. I am going to bring up the first Hexican going to show up here, and he's my other little buddy. Kool-Aid. What's happened, bud?
Oh, I was sitting in the hot tub, and then I saw that RG-17 was sick, and I'm like, fine, I'll get out and help you man the ships, and she'll give me these switches.
I'm gonna go check on him real quick. All right,
I got you. I'll
let you chat with everybody for a second. I just got to go make sure he's.
That's why I hopped out of the tub, sir. What's going on, Hexco? How's everyone doing? Well, we got Sandy Beach, Body Mechanic. Well, I mean, Cap already did a 10-minute intro to dislodge the fact that he was taking care of his boy. The Cap was awesome. I was over at his place for Thanksgiving. They're a fantastic family. It's always good to have good people, which is what everything's about, really. At the end of the day, that's what it is. What's kind of interesting is looking at all the SEC stuff, all the rest of it. I said it way back when treat you all like a character at the first virtual Hex convention right after Big Payday. But we technically aren't really considered just a crypto or an anything. We are literally a community and a family. And if you look at SEC nonsense and all the rest of the other things, they're used to people being together for profit, insider trading, or a use case that isn't actually being genuinely good people, which is actually completely different from the Hex community because we do nothing for being paid. We do this because we give a fuck. That's what I was messaging in the Cappy the other day, is that not only does any law regulation community or anything else, even the Bitcoiners, hate anything else because it's evolving faster than their own curtail and critique. But we inherently of ourselves are building all not only ourselves up, but everyone up together for nothing for ourselves. We're just good humans. And that really sets the paradigm against anything else, not just in crypto, politics, religion, community, livelihood. It's literally the village, but it's everyone all over the world at the exact same time, building each other up. And there goes my cat being annoying. Together. Are you back, Cappy? No, he said he's talking to his wife. But what do we got going on? Who wants to talk about some? No, JFK Captain doesn't buy the boner pills anymore. Those gas station pills was the first year and the first year only. We do not get second season of the boner pills. No, you're right, Empty Corner. That's really what it is about. It's not even. When I was on the DeFi Sexy Ladies with CZ, and God, that woman's a beast. She commands. When people use the term DeFi, they're really only still looking at the buzzwords of what that is. Decentralized finance is the finance part of it. What about when we get to decentralized education, decentralized politics, decentralized even unions? We have the ability, coming from the early 90s of AOL, when people call a CD-ROM a coffee cup holder, and nobody understood why I even need to use an email over a fax machine. The first NFT was an attachment onto an email. Now we have the ability to communicate, band together, educate, and use different ropes of value, utility, and share that wealth of knowledge and ability, whether it's fiscally important, educationally important, or knowledge, because knowledge is the most expensive token in the world, with everyone else. And then we look at the birth of people, right? I just turned 41. Those that are in their early 30s, you're in the prime position. But those that are coming from, let's just say, high school into college, they don't live in a world that you had to learn the Dewey Decimal System, ride a bike to find your friends, find a payphone, find a pager to figure out what everyone is doing. The convenience of the internet was there without the work. Right now, we have the ability to put in the work to actually build the future that we want, because everything is evolving so much faster. Whether you're looking at Metcalfe's law to Moore's law, the Lindy effect of the people that actually hold the knowledge that teach younger siblings or have their own kids now teaching their 5-year-olds on how to learn through a kid laptop. I mean, fuck, they have kid laptops or kid tablets now. It's crazy. That didn't exist when I was 12, right? And so if we look at that cycle of just a 30-year loop, what's the next circular years on 30 years? And if you look at how far we came from there was no internet or barely the access to it, to now children are learning everything with a children's plastic version of a tablet, that's two 15-year stakes. At that time, everything will move so much faster together, right? So it's kind of an interesting time to be alive if you take advantage of that. And again, something I've always said is we don't tell people what to buy, we tell people why. And the why has nothing to do with the token. It's understanding the through and use case of everything involved inside and outside. You know, when I was on a string with Wales, for the 50-year anniversary of the Nixon taking the gold standard off, you really, if you understand what fiat really is and how it's working against you, and you have to operate in that system, you immediately understand that your 401ks that you're buying now or getting through your company or matching, they're not going to be there. Social Security is definitely gone. I mean, if you're not in your 55 or 60, Social Security is pretty much off the menu for you. But learning this stuff now, whether you're 17 or 70, gives you the ammunition to arm yourself with the tools to build your own future and your own utility of where you want to go with it, right? You now have a language that you can speak. So let's see, the captain just pasted. Are you back on, buddy?
Yeah, I've been on. Are you looking at the screen?
No. The screen's over here. The webcam's over here. You know me, right? Crazy tech stuff.
Yeah, so I've got so much going on here. A crazy thing. So I was supposed to go to work at 3 a.m. Well, the job completely canceled, so I don't have to go out there and help these guys. Cranes and stuff canceled, but so that's done. So I don't have to worry about getting up at 0:30 in the morning. And my little guy, you know, your buddy, he his fever broke, and he's like rolling, hanging out on the couch, like watching TV, like everything's good again. So
he's playing some Goat Simulator. You can't lie to me.
No, actually, he's watching cartoons. But yeah, Goat Simulator is his all-time favorite. He loves his Goat Simulator.
It was cool. It was cool to hang out with him just a little bit and just chat about his Goat Sims.
Yeah. So, so I like the macro talk about cycles because that's what we're in. But there's something that really concerns me about this information age, this Twitter era,
I think first, sir.
YouTube. Oh. What's that? What's that? Can you hear me? Did he freeze? Either that or there he is. He's back. Anyway, I think that, oh boy, got somebody showing up here. Oh, okay. I know who that is. Hold on a second.
Oh, no, I'm back now.
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, it's all right.
You actually were back for a while. I lost my train of thought.
Something you were saying about macro talk, and then something that concerned you was the last thing I heard.
Something that concerns me is in this information age and the Twitter era and the YouTube era and the free speech and all that kind of stuff is the irresponsible dissemination of fucking absolute garbage information.
Mhm.
And the scaring of a whole generation of people, the induction of fear into a bunch of people, the anybody can say anything and try and tell you to dig into your fears and feed off of them era is like I'm perplexed by it. The absolute weakness in people's minds to believe some of the shit that they believe out there, the conspiracy theories and all that kind of stuff. You know, a lot of these people are still playing on the same field that, oh, we're right because things are bad. Their conspiracy theories were right. And that's not necessarily the truth. We have good and bad cycles all the time. We go through good cycles, we go through bad cycles. Good cycles, we go through bad cycles. And when the bad cycles, that's when all the conspiracy theorists were right. They were so right. Look how bad everything is. Look at where we're going. The world is about to end. You're all going to die. You repent, and it's just like, oh, folks, we're just going through a cycle, man. We're just going through a cycle. Things are going to get better. Trust me, it's going to get better. You're going to make it better. You're all going to make it better. Or you're going to spin yourself into fear and end up with analysis paralysis and do fucking nothing, And that's the one thing I see. This generation has so many tools at their fingertips, and they're so freaking brilliant because it's the one thing that you guys need to understand is that us Xers, we're the most fucking dangerous people on the planet. Why? Because we were raised by boomers and freaking depression era folks. And we respect you guys enough to learn from what you guys, the technologies that you have and the tools that you have. So we came from old school raising, but we are good enough to live in today's technology and understand the wisdom, the knowledge of the youth and be part of it. So I think that that this X generation, as they start to come into leadership positions and start to help move things forward, I think things are going to get a lot better over the next decade. I think we got a real renaissance coming. But maybe I'm just the penultimate optimist. I'm always been optimistic about things. I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm not a prepper. I'm not a guy I don't live in fear. Not one day of my life do I live in fear. Nothing makes me afraid of anything that I've done in my life because I know what's possible. You know what I mean? So anyway, I get off of my horse on that one. We've got another.
I think it's a good rant, Cap, because just like we were talking about at Thanksgiving, on like the male side, we don't have rites of passage. And then like I talked to you about the stuff in the PNW, which I have a personal distaste for. They weaponize consent, and then in other places of the country, they weaponize other ways to confuse your ability to learn, do, and grow. And it's kind of like we look at what Nicole Nerd Girl used to try to preach way back in the day. Real tribalism is good because it builds a village.
Well, it's community is what it is.
Correct.
It's community.
It's
that's like one of the pillars in my faith and what I believe in as far as my worldview goes, is community is important. And every person has a place in that community, good, bad, or indifferent. They have a place in that community, and they're necessary. They're needed. They're wanted. They're desired. They have value. They're sacred. And that's what we have here. We have a crypto community, and we can see that when we go to our events where relationships have been built, like real relationships, like friendships. And we even have people that are like, getting together as far as couples go that are, in this community. So things are, it's really starting to turn into a real community, and it's not a cult. It's not a cult.
Gone for that, but that's where no group has ever seen a community like this that comes together without some kind of compensation or glean. And I said it way, you're the one that summoned me out of the woodwork way back in the beginning. So I'm like, look at this badass blue collar person kicking ass, taking names, and all the rest of that stuff. And that's why I came out of the woodwork. And it's the same thing as Stephanie made steak wrap. You don't build dApps on something that someone else can code, that can look under the hood, that it works. But the people are here because they're looking for something better That doesn't matter if you're a political party or a particular religion or creed, race, all of it. We're all just looking for good humans to come together, to want to better everyone by themselves and for each other at the same time. It's really what the whole decentralized world will be about.
Thanks, Casey. Appreciate you dropping the $10 on us, and you're still trying to unwrap all the things that Kool-Aid taught me last weekend. Oh yeah, he was in the meetup. Huh? You guys had that meetup. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. Let me bring up our guest. We have another guest in here. The Purple Burglar, my friend. How you doing?
How you doing, guys? I thought
Good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Thought I would switch the name up the night in honor of Dorsey continually trying to get me to say that phrase. The Purple Burglar Alarm. Yeah.
It's the purple burglar.
First thing I would love to comment on is the community thing you guys were talking about, because it's so important, because I suppose I'm someone you might consider a survivalist in the kind of classical YouTube style sense. But I started studying it like in the mid to late 90s, not before the internet, but before social media as it exists now, isn't it? And I subscribed to a guy in Russia who had not long finished going through when all the major stuff was happening at that time, and his whole town, was closed off for 2 years. And long story short, the main lesson of all the things this guy taught that I learned from reading all his emails, like I say, there was no social media then, it was just an email thing, was the community aspect. And one of the things he made a very poignant, or a very strong, it was very strong on it, was that being useful or being able to provide something to the community was super important to survival. The people that couldn't provide anything were the first ones to die. Simple skills, whatever it is, and you can translate that into, even the Hex community. But community is super strong when people are willing to provide for that community. And that was just a kind of point I wanted to, put on top of that, what you guys were saying about the community aspect. I think it's super important.
Yeah, and that's what we've seen here is people that have given, and that's the part about this whole SEC investigation that helps me to not. I know a lot of people have called me in fear about the letters that they've gotten and whatnot, and all of your fears at seeing something like that are warranted. I'm not making light of that. But don't live in that fear and don't let it freeze you. Find out what really is going on here. These people are doing their job, and why are they doing their job? And where do we fit in it? Is your side of the street clean? If your side of the street's clean, then you ain't got to worry about anything. If you haven't done anything outside of the law, then that your side of the street's clean. Then you can go into this with a lot of confidence and not worry about it. Like, you think that these people, and here's another thing, that whole conspiracy thing. Oh, they're just going to come for you. They're just going to come for you and lock you up, man. They're going to lock you up because you're just in crypto. That bullshit, man. They don't do that shit. They can't. They won't.
No, I mean, it's part of their plan to adopt it. I mean, even I think it might have been in your last stream of Famous, Captain, that you talked about the stable coin kind of adoption / regulation. Now, I was talking about this about 6 months ago, try to tell people in the UK that it was announced, of course, not publicly and not in mainstream media, that the UK government had an initiative to accept stable coins as part of the new economy. And at the same time talking about how they were creating their own programmable cryptocurrency. But I mean, obviously, you don't hear about this stuff, but it's like they're going to adopt it. Like crypto is the opposite of going to die. Do you understand? It's the opposite of going to die. And the important place to be is in the kind of space we are, because for the same as the economy that existed before that we still kind of live in, but I kind of already see it as dead. Let's think of DeFi as we use it as cash, where you're able to, shimmy and move and work within the system and work around the system. That's kind of how I look at DeFi. I used to say crypto, but obviously that's not true, because crypto will be very soon part of the main system.
Yeah. I think crypto is just part of DeFi. It's just a piece of DeFi. Like you said, DeFi is like cash, and I don't mind keeping an eye on bad players, bad actors in the world, and that always comes with a lot of pushback from people because they don't trust governments anywhere. Well, I'm sorry, that's just not me. I'm not the guy that doesn't trust all the governments. I don't believe that to be true. All the things that I've done in my life, they haven't come after me. All the things I've said out here for years, they haven't done anything to me. They're investigating me right now. They're looking at me, but I'm going to lay it all on the table. There it is. I'm an open book. I'm not the guy.
There's good people and bad people
running away
everywhere.
from tax. Of course. And that's what it's about. Or is your side of the fucking street clean? If it isn't, then you got something to worry about. Of course you do. You better get the fuck out of here or go clean your street. Right. But if your side of the street's clean, you ain't got to worry about nothing. You walk with confidence and you go in there and you deal with it. Period. That's how you do it. And I think from what I've seen in this community, working at the highest levels of this community, involved in a lot of different projects, involved with my own businesses, involved with other Hexicans, involved with this community, speaking to it on a regular basis every single week for 3 years straight. I know that everybody is above board. I know that nobody has contracts. I know these things are given. This community was set up right. I think that we are one of the only crypto communities out there that is actually a pure crypto community. We were birthed right from the roots. We grew as a community. And it was educated. Just a bunch of us just talking. We were just talking in chat rooms, and we were being educated by somebody that was telling us he was going to build a better cryptocurrency in the DeFi space. And that's what Richard did. And we all as a community came together and we said, hey, look at this website we did to track Hex. Look at this stream we made to talk about Hex. And it was just natural. It was organic. The whole community growing was organic. It was an organic thing that happened. And that is what makes it perfect. That's what makes it untouchable, is that we have a crypto that is immutable. Nobody can touch it. It's better than Bitcoin. It truly is. When it comes to the programming, it is better than Bitcoin. And now, because of what it's done and how it's developed over the last 3 years, we have a community that's better than the Bitcoin community. Why? Because we have a leader that is still there talking to us, telling us what's going on, telling us what he's done, what he's going to continue to do. He's not like, Satoshi, who either died or ran off and said, fuck all of you guys, the coward, Richard calls him. He's still here, standing in front of the firing line like, hey, I'm still here. What do you guys got? Hold on one more second. I got it. One more check in, guys. Hold on.
Hey, I got you. No, I think by the way, what's going on for Burglar? I think you can take it one step further, that our community inherently of ourselves is also technically immutable. People currently, right now, keep talking about the term first principles of crypto. When did you get in to over here?
What is that? What the fuck is that? First principle.
Well, It's kind of like I get all testy when people use the term game theory, but never say it's just a goddamn game. You can't explain to me what game theory is. Like, oh, it's my opinion. Like, well, that's your opinion. It's not game theory. Recently, people have been using the term over and over again. It's spilling over as a buzzword, just like blockchain technology. First principles of crypto. Ideally, the principles, just like the golden rule in any religion, doesn't have to be Christianity, Judaism, Muslim, or all of it. It'd be a good fucking person, right? At the end of the day, the golden ratio, if you look at phi, the way that everything is done on how our hands are, or how our body grows, how leaves sprout, it's just the mathematics of good principles of evolution. And people keep using buzzwords to describe things that they can't talk about because they don't know how to describe it. But if we want to use the first principles of crypto, our community built that camaraderie, education, looking out, making sure that if you screw up, you make sure the person behind you doesn't do the same damn thing, accepting your responsibility. Look, you need to get scammed at least once and hear this thing to learn fast on what you don't goddamn do. Same thing as riding a bike. You think you just immediately hop on a bike and not have training wheels and don't fall over? You have to screw up. Fail fast is that what we call it in the entertainment industry. Hopefully fail before you get bigger bags. But you have to make mistakes in this world. And that is inherently really the first principles of anything. But that,
yeah.
Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, what you're explaining to me, yeah. I thought there was something special about the first.
No, there's magical genie that you take your first blockchain with your golden dust, but now people are using the term first principles of crypto, and our community built that ideal without it being told all of that because it's all about us together. And that inherently is actually the immutable part of our community. It's not just the code, it's the people.
Again,
that's down to the next generation of people, right?
Again, the key word is community, and what I was taught, at that time through those emails of what that was survival, looking after each other, being useful, providing, etc. Oh, Thothschild's on as well.
Thothschild with us. Welcome. Hey, and everybody, we got Torin with us.
There's Torin.
Yeah.
My divergent dudes, what's up?
What's happening, guys?
So here's a question, right? I don't know if I posed this here before, but it's something that I'm super interested in, especially with the Hex SEC FUD and the SBF FUD that is the current thing. Is what are people's opinions? Because especially now.
Could I add something perhaps to Kool-Aid's definition that he offered our brother, body mechanic? I mean, I'm not saying that Kool-Aid's incorrect. He's absolutely dead on with what he said. But if you want examples, body mechanic, you would think of the bullet points that we bring up when we talk about decentralization, right? When we talk about self-custodial products and wallets, when we talk about transparency, when we talk about privacy, inclusion, anybody who so should choose should be able to participate in this thing. One of the reasons, by the way, why I always say Hexaco elite, never elitist. Security is a big deal, right? This would be another first principle of crypto. Interoperability, I think, would be another one. That's kind of a utility interfacing mechanism. But these are specific bullet points that I think speak to first principles.
Yes, I agree.
Captain,
what's up, Torin?
How you doing, buddy?
I don't think so either. It's the first time we've met each other on stream.
Get out of here!
Yeah,
he's never been on FM before.
No, not with me. Not with the captain. No, This is awesome.
Bro.
Yeah,
good to see you, man.
I love the first principles talk because I'm with Kool-Aid on the fact that I think it's getting totally buzzed, thrown around now, and it's a good conversation to have to redefine it, especially coming out of Hexaco.
That's why I asked, because I've heard it in the Hex community quite a lot, but then I've heard it in places that I'd never heard
Number
it before.
21.
And then I was starting to think, is this some?
Oh, you better believe it's becoming more popular now.
But yeah, it's just it's just community principles at the end of the day, I suppose, is what we can boil it all
Well, these
down
people
to.
keep getting their ass handed to them by all these products that don't honor any first principles, and now you
Exactly.
find it's a point of a lot of other conversations.
Exactly.
Well, that's inherently because they haven't been educated. Using gloms of stuff, again, the golden rule of any spiritual, whatever you want to do, is just be a good human, treat other people with respect, and be educated. Now, you can extrapolate that to any definition that you want, but in our community, we learned all of that with each other, through each other, because I know with the Cap and I, if you weren't in 17 with all the Ponzi's and all the problems, we were looking for something, and we didn't have the bedrock, the grassroots of people together to figure out that there really is a heartbeat of people that want to do this for a reason. And that levies everything else that grows on top of it, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, some more wisdom in here. Hexdeck, what's up, my brother? How you doing?
Wow.
Hey, how's
Awesome.
it going, bro?
Another first for me.
Good to be here. Good to see you,
Good
Thoughts.
evening.
Yep.
We need SJ to
What's
pop up
Deck?
here.
How you doing? Deckard from
And
Blade
CZ
Runner.
and Briz and Dorsey.
So the thing I
Hexaco.
was going to ask earlier quickly was, again, with all the FUD going on that very quickly distracted us from what I believe the more important point is what's going on with the Ethereum proof of stake chain and the slow rug on that. I'll not go into it, but I'd like to throw that out to the panel and what you guys think, because I think the space seems really distracted from that right now.
Everything's distracted. And
Yeah,
What are they?
pretty much.
What are they trying to
You've
keep us
been- you've
from
been
looking
pretty
at?
consistent about this body mechanic.
Yeah,
I like that you keep bringing-
Yes.
I like that you keep bringing. No, I like that you keep bringing attention to it, because in my school of thought, we're always
can't
looking
get
for
my
the okey doke. Like I heard RG3 talking about it a little bit earlier. I mean, my God, I know you guys would never guess it, but I'm a Generation Xer as well. That means I'm fucking old, and I'm one of the ones where, I don't know, maybe I had a harder time making friends out of cops than RG3 did, but I'm always looking at things a little bit suspiciously with a side eye. Now, does this imply that I'm like coaching fear? Fuck no. Fear gets us nowhere. My grandma used to say worry accomplishes
But
nothing.
thought that was a healthy fear, because remember what we were doing back then. See, the thing that I remember is that I deserved everything I got from those fellas.
What's
back
this
then.
R word you just said? You said remember?
yeah.
Side note, there were a lot more drugs. Anyway.
There was a lot more. and well, as time went on, what I had to learn how to do was blame myself for all of those actions that I created and the pain that I created for myself from those people that I didn't trust.
See,
and the
I'm
reason I
still
didn't trust
jammed
them,
up on that, man. Shit. I'm still saying
this too shall pass.
it's everybody
my brother.
else's fault. I
You'll
did all that. Yeah, yo.
you'll get over it. You'll get over
Okay.
it.
It takes a while.
Accountability
The pain takes a while to go away. The fear and loathing and all that takes a while to go away. But
Man,
when
you
you
just
finally,
said it. You just fucking said it. You said fucking fear and loathing. Do you know trying to be Junior Hunter S. Thompson completely fucked up my life?
this is the one thing that I remembered, bro, is that somebody told me whenever you're pointing the finger at somebody, there's three pointing back at you. And that was my biggest problem. And it was the hardest thing for me to get through. But once I did break through that, once I did realize that most of my woes were me, then life changed completely for me.
Self-inflicted.
Yeah. They taught me when I did that. That's how I gripped the pistol. So
Yeah. It's
Oh, I
funny.
got a
We
new
still
one coming.
skirted around
Ooh, I got a
DG's
new one
question, didn't we?
Has anyone seen
Are we
that?
trying to avoid that? I want to know
What's
what you're specifically concerned with, DG, like related to proof of stake Ethereum, because like I haven't paid attention to code for like a week, so I don't know what's going on today. But,
Yeah.
like,
I've been deep in the code, Torin, you know. No, definitely.
I can tell
No.
there's still some on your. Never mind.
No, it's just the subtle, you know, bending the knee to censorship resistance.
Okay,
It's like it's the little slide in the door to what is the dominant force in what we hold to right now is kind of as DeFi. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's just sliding in there. Just oh SBF, you know, you know, that just it was all too coincidental. I've seen similar patterns, and I won't go into detail, but I even seen a similar pattern, unfortunately, after the fact to do with the independence vote in Scotland. Such a similar technique that was used.
Body mechanic. Did you tell them the indicator that you told us in the community about when you go to the market and the old folks are talking about it? Typically either the bottom indicator, the top indicator, or that we're in the middle of the biggest okey doke ever, right?
Yeah. So that example was I was on the train, and I live in a seaside town in Scotland, so very small to probably most of you guys on stream, very small place to live. On the train, and a group of senior citizens were all sitting discussing the FTX thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big thing.
So it was like,
talking about it.
oh, hello, ding ding.
It's
So, I mean,
actually
as the term Thorsten
Blue
was
light
like,
special on
used
Hex,
to
everybody,
talk
by
about-
the way. Blue light special on one on Hex.
Hex for the win.
one of the
Good
things that
time,
the
right?
FTX thing has really crossed multiple like
Yeah,
economic areas.
it's like such an obvious play that we've seen so many times. And again, I know you don't like the whole conspiracy theory thing, Captain, but it's not. These
That's
are just
okay.
patterns.
I love it.
And then I'm with you, by the way. Like, fucking keep your side of the street clean. That's all I'm concerned about right now. After being one of these fist in the air, oh, the world is bad, everything's against us kind of guys. Like, I'm just about keeping my side of the fucking street clean now.
But you know what?
You know what I mean?
Here's
But
the
patterns
thing.
are the patterns, and it's obvious to me. And I think
but
it's too
here's the
close to the
thing.
Ethereum thing. But sorry, carry on.
Wait.
Here's
I
the
think you
thing.
have to ban
Here's the thing.
Dorsey quick before you say anything.
You say, oh my gosh,
My
Dorsey.
name is.
No, Dorsey got a freebie tonight because he said something very, very kind earlier. So
oh,
he gets a
okay. So
freebie.
running your train in the other
He has a
one.
4 pass tonight.
But now I lost my train of thought because now here's what I want to say.
I'm sorry.
That there's the FTX thing. There's a million conspiracy theories and directions that we can take this right now. And people are speaking to it like it's truth. Like, this is what happened. This is the conspiracy theory. We don't know until it all comes out in the wash.
Yeah.
We don't know until we get more information. We don't know until courts come. We don't know until the law is forced onto this stuff. We don't know until we get more information. If we conflate, then we're going to have this group thinks this happened. And there's this group that thinks this happened. And there's this group that thinks this happened. It's like, let the fucking facts show what really happened.
See, the thing
let's wait for
100
that because nobody has any patience anymore. Like, they want to know the information now, or they want to analyze it and say, what I did and what I said is what happened, motherfuckers. This is what really happened. Y'all need to listen to me
it's
because
mind
this is
blowing.
what's going down.
Full agreement. But this is the thing is, I don't care about any of that. And the reason I bring up that example of the old folks on the train is exactly why. Because they care about it. Why should I? It's all clearly something I should be caring about. Do you understand?
They're not even
what I
involved
care about has what has happened with the dominant DeFi chain currently. That's what I'm concerned about.
It's like if it got to those old folks and they're talking about it, shit,
The
I don't want to
snake
be in this anymore. It's kind of like when good music goes pop culture and you're like, fuck, I
Hey.
hate that band now. They fucking sold out, man. Screw this DeFi thing.
I mean,
man.
yeah, it's
Old people on
kind
the
of like
train are
that,
talking
man.
about this shit now.
Let me
You know,
throw
if you
this
can
out.
see the bandwagon, you already missed it, brother.
Let me throw this out for a gentleman named Trap Gravity. Let the bands play.
Trap.
Yeah.
Yeah, let the bands play trap.
I
Amen.
love
Yep.
that young man.
So that's for you,
Yep.
Trap.
He's a freaking troublemaker.
Shout out to Trap.
I know.
He's a good
but-
I want to know. He was putting out
Tip
those
off the old
cards.
block.
He was putting out cards and gas pumps in the middle of the night. Like
He
and,
was in one of our
He
chats.
was on thought.
He goes, I'm
He
going
was
to be
on.
right back. He never came back.
Yeah, we were like, we were starting to get worried, and we were gonna try and get Rags to text him and see if he, was all right. It was pretty. He had hit a couple already, and
Yeah,
Go
but
ahead.
in all seriousness, like when these people are talking about the FTX, and it has crossed what I call like different levels. It crossed the crypto into the finance, crossed finance into the social. My father, who's like 89 years old, sent me 2 things about FTX. Like, what the hell? Like, Dad, what are you doing? I mean,
well,
Bless him. He's
Mine
still
too.
kicking,
He's
man.
94 years old. And he's
Right.
like, hey, what's going on with it? You gonna be
what's
all
going
right?
on?
Yeah, but-
You know,
how
are you
if
okay,
it-
My
son?
mother.
Listen,
Yeah, are
if you
okay?
liken Web3 to like the birth of the internet, and you imagine like how long it was before everybody, the point from where everybody had heard of the internet before the point where everybody's on the internet, it's a pretty large gap in time. Like, it is interesting to me that at this point, like, there aren't too many people that I talk to that haven't heard of crypto at all. At this point, pretty much everyone knows something, and they probably maybe only have one or even a few impressions about it. So I think it's still really early, and from that point, like, it's going to be, and at this point, because so many people, because it's such another step above, like, even the internet, to begin with, it took a long time to get everybody, for it to be easy enough to get everyone online, and still there's a lot of the world that isn't. So to get everybody on the Web3, like, there's going to be there's a ways to go.
I'll
Yeah,
tell you
but
what,
that
I had
might
a
be-
personal fucking experience earlier tonight with another reason of like why CBDC no effing way. Just arbitrarily out of the blue. I mean, I'm like most people. I got about 15 pieces of plastic that may or may not at any given time have some
it's gonna
kind
be a
of
thing whether
value
you
on
want it or
them.
not, man.
Like, I had a couple bucks in PayPal, Cash Crap, Venmo. Out of nowhere tonight, the kids are needing stuff. I'm hurrying. It's an emergency. I go to use these cards and they're like, declined. I'm like, what the? I'm there with the Hindu guy standing behind the counter looking at me. I'm pulling up the app and I'm cursing. I start showing him the balance on the cards. He's like, dude, I really don't give a fuck. Just like pay for this. I'm like, like, I don't understand. There's nobody to get in touch with. There's nobody that can talk to me at this time of day. And it's just, as I'm sitting there cursing, putting the shit back, I'm like, I'm going to start carrying stacks of $100 bills around with me. I've had it.
It's the
Exactly.
easiest way to do anything anymore. Like
But
today,
that's
I
well,
was running
Except
around
for
with
where they
cash
won't
today.
take cash.
This
Yeah,
is
well,
the thing,
screw that,
though. It's
man.
like,
We got that
it's-
watch party we're going to do. And Captain, I'm kind of holding off on getting that train rolling over on my channel. But we've been having some kind of ongoing exercises on my channel, ongoing discussions. One of them is this whole tribe called Hexico, a nation state called Hexico, conversation that's kind of unfolding. And another one that we have is the watch party. On the watch party, we're in the middle of watching an interview with none other than Catherine Austin Fitz, former Undersecretary of Housing here in the United States. She, aside from being the coolest lady, she's so down to earth, man. She has this thing that she's behind with the Children's Health Defense Initiative or Health Fund. Interesting organization, but they say Cash Fridays, right? Like the entire movement, which is pretty large globally, only spend cash at all your places on Fridays. And I just think that exercises like that, while being grassroots, can be really effective. Like, just say no. Like, we keep thinking we don't have the power. We don't have any say. And I'm like, yeah, we do.
I do have a pushback for that, Boss, because I've seen a really convincing and very good video that says say yes to cash and no to CBDCs, right?
Mhm.
And I had so much pushback on it because, I mean, keeping it short, my personal belief is holding on to that old way is just going to get people sunk. I don't believe that for you for sure, Thos, but I do want to I just want to push back on
What
that.
could be more trustless than
apart
me
from anything
knowing
else,
how
like,
many pieces of
look at it
paper
this
are
way.
in my wallet?
Look at
Like
it this
that's
way. They can
I'm
rug,
not saying it's going to
if
hold
they
its
wanted
value,
to,
but
tomorrow they could rug cash out from under.
probably
all of us.
likely to happen. But
You
I'm going to
understand?
ride
Like,
that bitch until she
tomorrow,
tuckers out,
if
man.
they really wanted to, which is ridiculous, but if it was really a thing, they could rug it tomorrow.
Well, I suppose they could do that with
nuclear
just
war
about
could
anything,
rug
right?
it
Do it with
tomorrow.
anything.
You
Do it with
understand?
anything.
Yeah.
It's
So
the parade of an
it's
of
important that
imaginary
where we
horrible.
are now is basically the new cash society, because in RG3 and Famous in their stream, I believe, you can correct me on this if I'm wrong, Captain, is you mentioned about we're basically already in that system, which is what I keep trying to tell people. We're already in that system. It's just a case of when they switch it from this thing to that thing.
Yeah, and big
You know what I
cheers,
mean?
Captain,
Don't
on
get me
your
wrong,
new
central bank
feature
digital
with
currencies will
Famous.
technically
Thanks.
make things even more centralized, but it doesn't matter. We can still work in our cash society. Like, holding on to that fucking bit of paper that wouldn't even keep you warm for 5 seconds is, to me, is delusional. Not that I
I
won't
don't know about
utilize
holding
it,
on
because
though.
that's what I do. I
I
go
don't know if
through life
I'm making a
utilizing
case
stuff.
for
Look who it
holding
is.
on.
My little
But
buddy.
yeah,
Hey, everybody.
Is that Briz?
It's the Briz.
It's
How's it
Briz.
going?
The biz with the
Is with
Briz.
Briz.
What are we talking about?
Is with Briz.
CBDC is your favorite.
shopping.
Well, let me bring something else up. Now, this is we talk about community and culture and those kinds of things, and then we see the world that we live in. We talk about the world that we live in. We talk about what is out there and switches being flipped and things happening, and we're seeing it. It's unfolding. This isn't a conspiracy theory. What's happening? Money is being manipulated. Money is being changed. Money is being brought to us how they're going to want to bring it to us. Period. Like, that's what the governments of the world are going to do. That's what they've always done. They've told all of us how we're going to buy, sell, and trade with the money that we're going to buy, sell, and trade with. It's the way it's always been. And we have to figure out how to adjust and how to react. And look, we're the leaders in this new space, in this crypto space. Those of us who have been around, those of us who understand, especially Hexicans, because Hexicans get it. We get DeFi. We understand what's going on. We're educated in finance. We understand what the world has brought. We understand what crypto can do to fix it. And we latched onto Hex because we went, oh shit, this is the only thing worth the shit in crypto. This is the only thing that can fix what we've all thought that crypto can fix. Because all that other stuff is bullshit. Vaporware, 99% of it is scams and all that kind of crap. The rest of it don't work like it's supposed to, like Bitcoin and Ethereum. Hex is the one that's done it. And that's why we're here. So what we have to do as leaders in this space is start to turn the narrative to a positive one versus focusing on a negative outcome. We have to start speaking it into existence. And I'm going to get a little philosophical here with everybody, but we have to change our fucking stinking thinking. If we continuously talk about conspiracy theories and the man fucking us over and bad shit happening because of all this, guess what we're bringing about? I used to race Harley Davidsons and on the drag strip. And I went to a course that taught us how to drive on the drag strip. And the first thing they teach you is, look, if you're out of control, if you're losing it, if you're going to crash into the wall, you're going to see something happening. Do not look at the wall. Do not look at the bike that you're going towards. Do not look at the center lane.
Want to go.
You look in front where you're supposed to be going. You look at where your stop point is going to be, because that's your best chance of getting there.
But it's helpful
if you
to
focus
know
on
that,
other stuff, you're not going to.
It's helpful to know that the wall is there. It's helpful to know where it's at in relation to you.
Of course.
It's the
So
same
it's not black and
principle
white. It's not black and white. Like
as
most things in this world, it's spectral, right? It's shades of gray.
But we can't
aim
focus
small,
on
shoot small. It's aim
Positive
small, shoot
framing.
small. Yeah,
Anything that
and some people
empowers
call it miss small,
powerlessness,
but
I don't want nothing to do with. So I'm with you on that front, Captain, for sure.
Our cult leader is better than their cult leader.
positive thinking. Yeah, that will make it so.
Our ridiculous clown dressed cult leader is better than your ridiculous clown dressed cult leader.
To take it back a couple steps, I have a theory
It's called
that
discourse, JK.
Elon Musk is going to turn Twitter into the American version of WeChat.
I don't disagree with you. I'm burning it right alive right now.
And it'll be a complete government psyop, but it's going to look like.
And there we go.
It's going to. No, it's not government. It's Elon Musk, you know.
I
Okay,
think
well,
he's
that's a
going to
good-
get
that's
an
a good
insurance
example.
policy out for $40 billion. And if he breaks this thing, he can get his $40 billion back.
Maybe that's a good example, though, right? Like
Yep.
talking
Right.
about that specifically.
That's the way.
The government
To
probably
know-
could have dealt with them and said, "Hey, Elon, you want to make it to Mars in your lifetime? Do this."
Yeah. See
know-
this long green dildo?
to know where the cliffs and the walls are at actually does require some looking at them and telling your compadres about their location and the nature of them. I'm not going to
Absolutely.
take too much time yelling about a speed bump, but if that next motherfucker's a fuck 3/4 of a mile gorge, then I'm going to tailor my communication to it appropriately, right?
Of course.
We can, I mean, to me, it is such a nuanced thing. And I do hear what you're getting at, Captain. I'm not even going to say that your modality of communication isn't like right on, because I know what I'm guilty of. And when I'm describing the way he's talking, I'm going to make all kind of generalizations about the way he talks to back up my argument, right? Like I'm going to say he does this, and he means this, and he does this. But my experience, the older I get, is more and more, there's so much spectral nuance in every case. To me, the only place where things are black and white, right? This is just me, is morality. Every fucking thing else is gradient. Point being, we will talk about what some people call conspiracy theory. That might be a turnoff, but I got news for you. No matter how you, or not you, Captain, but us, you, me, everybody, no matter how you fucking feel about conspiracies, guess what? They exist. Whoa. Like there are men and women on this planet throughout history and today who come together to conspire to do shit.
The term conspiracy theory is just a psyop to get us to argue about, whether something's a
Came out of the
conspiracy
Warren
theory or
Commission.
not.
Well,
You know,
listen,
it's
Or
like-
I'll take that one step further. Use the
There's a
term concealing.
conspiracy and there's a conspiracy theory. And that's what
Yeah.
I'm trying to get at, is that we conflate, we talk about, we
Yes.
develop these theories,
Yeah. And go
which don't
nuts.
have facts
Yep.
and real conspiracy embedded in them.
100%. Yeah.
Hey,
And
you might have
that's
heard
what I'm
me.
talking about, is that we focus a lot on these conspiracy because they're fun. Believe me. Oh, I love a good conspiracy theory. I will sit there and watch some shit like for hours and get like, oh fuck.
My dad does that. He
Trust
reads
me,
all the
I
books,
am
but he
that
does
guy
it like
too.
it's a good ghost novel or an adventure.
I am that guy too. I will go down into some rabbit holes and I will come out dirty as fucking go, oh my God, I can't believe I just did that to myself. Like I felt like I was shooting heroin all night long in the bathroom, But it's like,
I was talking to Facing Reality about this recently, right? I mean, Facing Reality, everybody, there's a Hexican that we're proud to have in this community. Yet another one. Facing Reality kicks ass. Cheers to you, brother. I
The
think
core
anybody
thing
that
there, though,
knows him will
the core
agree.
thing there, though, is the black and white of morality, and that's something I teach to my young students. It's like, I'd love to be able to properly reference a discussion I had with one when he was bringing it up with me, not me with him. But it was about basically that type of thing, and right and wrong, and how most of the population, at their core, know the difference. and then going into what you're saying about the spectral and everything else roundabout is the choices you make.
Oh, you want to talk
the
about a theory? A
influences you
theory I have is morality
etc.
encoded on our DNA, brother.
I always like to say also, just as a focal point in that, is I've said this about many people, is you're a grown ass adult, so you should be able to make the right fucking choices. And if you can't, if you don't take accountability.
Thanks, JFK. Yeah, it's very clear. need groupthink to believe that all of their beliefs are true. Just because you're right about one thing does not mean your beliefs
let's
are.
That's
on,
real
guys.
rich coming from a guy named JFK.
Let's differentiate. That's the guy that JFK is alluding to, right? He exists. That's fair to say that type of guy exists. But are you comfortable with painting with such a broad brush that anybody who talks about things that aren't mainstream statist approved, you're going to say, oh,
No. It's not about
not you,
statist
Captain, but I'm
approval.
saying JFK.
No. But I'm bringing the counter to that, which is it's not about. See, that's the problem, is that we think, oh, well, if it's mainstream media, then it must be okay with you. Then if not, then it's got to be the conspiracy theory, right? Well, no. What it really is, it's about the facts.
Sure.
The real facts being gathered, and not somebody coming up with their own shit, or bringing some new facts in, or even omitting some, like history has done forever. Like what history loves to do, and what people love to do to instill fear in others, is just pull a little bit of the facts out of the equation. Let's just delete this. Just like this JFK thing that just came out. Like they said, okay, we're going to release the JFK documents, but not all of them.
Nice timing.
But not all of them. We're going to release them, but there's still some that we're going to keep back. It's like, what the fuck use is that?
Yeah, they pretend like they're giving out all the information, but it's nothing. And people don't even look into it, and they don't even realize that they didn't get anything. Like they just think they did.
Well, now that's a whole other bag of chips, isn't it? Because everybody's speaking as if they have authority, but who the fuck actually ever read anything or looked into it of their own volition? You either heard what your neighbor said or read it on a goddamn source. So let's please differentiate that, nuance as well. Now, I just want to say this one last thing. I'm going to shut the fuck up because I know I've been talking too much. I get it.
No, you're not, and you better not.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, what? No.
I got my own channel to fucking get the young.
Yeah, we see.
See, this is
the amount of times that conspiracy theory has been said in the last 10 minutes has given me PTSD, man.
Oh man, I bet Algo's loving it.
Oh my god!
And they come and listen, and they're like, "They didn't say nothing."
You know what? That just actually, Torrin, something you subtly slipped in earlier that went unnoticed. Although I did notice it. Just I was talking about something else at the time. Is how clever and very well placed that term was, and the way it's used now, and just the way we are using it now. Oh my goodness! What is this? Oh, it's a horrible term. I think I'm going to make it. I think it's going to be my new pronoun.
The guy who
my new pronoun. Oh Jesus!
Good one. The guy who donated said something I find kind of interesting.
JFK.
My life experience, right? JFK 666. My life experience, I find it entertaining that he used this word groupthink to be dismissive, in that way. I've been coming out of this bag for good or for ill for a very long time. It was never the people that were coming from the research side that I would have called the group thinkers. It was me alone on an island saying, hey, what about this? And everybody going, shut the fuck up. Shut him the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like groupthink. You want to talk about which direction groupthink comes from. Now, what I was talking to Facing Reality about was the fact that greenhorns in the conspiracy research or analysis movement will often be like a greenhorn in any other thing. Every fucking crazy motherfucking thing that comes across their desk, they're like, And when the aliens help JFK go in the time machine and shoot Abraham Lincoln, and Abraham Lincoln dodged the first bullet because Nikola Tesla came out of the closet, and you're like, yo, bro, chill. Like that's the side that I'm coming from as your conspiracy analyst. Do not purchase everything that comes down the pipeline is what I'm saying, guys. Yeah, it's a case by case basis.
But no, are you pro or against lizard people?
Drink.
No.
Well, okay,
Check
here's
his
what I
tongue.
got for you.
Check his tongue
For
first.
some reason, every woman I have ever dated turned out to be a lizard. Fuck. And that's
Hey.
all I know about it.
Hey, thoughts, child. I got one question for you tonight.
Okay.
When do I get to come on? I mean, like,
I thought I legitimately thought he was going to go when Pulse.
No,
when
no. When thoughts, child. You know, like, come on.
I don't know. You disappeared out of my life, brother.
I didn't
Stop seeing
disappear.
you
I've
anywhere.
been kicking around. You know.
Well, how about this? Would you be down with the First Movers interview, and I'll have MT Coiner for half and you for the other half?
Oh, if you bring on MT Coiner, I'll be there.
He's coming on your
what's
show.
Now I need to have a word with the captain, so y'all close your ears. When are you
Yeah.
fucking coming?
I did your show. You invite me. I will come on anytime you
We
invite
tried,
me.
guys. Let's be honest here. We tried, but then me and Ken
Yeah.
and RG3 got all.
We
jammed up
tried.
this
Yeah, that
week.
was difficult timing there.
We will revisit.
It's kind of hard to get two guys that are super apps busy
fucking
to
A.
get
Three.
with your busy
Three's
schedule.
impossible.
Like freaking A. You know, kids. We all got kids, and you know, it's.
I don't
it's
have
hard.
that. I got busyness, but I'll carve out time. I'll carve out the time.
You're a good man.
Well, there you
I
go.
know you will, Deckard.
There you go. There you go.
I'm gonna hop over and start throwing the coal in the engine over on the other channel.
Thanks,
So
Thos,
get-
for coming in, bud.
get it-
Oh, we
get it
appreciate
going.
your
Yeah, and I'm
combo.
just gonna hang back because I don't really want to. There's no reason to be dividing our audiences.
Hey, and you're leaving with your ass not on fire this time.
What'd you say, motherfucker?
Wait, quick! You can't go yet. Say something
That's
shitty.
John.
Come on.
I got.
Fuck you.
In the basement.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
You're cool.
Just a quick
In the
question.
Vogue.
Thoughts,
We go in the Vogue.
Weed.
Oh man.
Oh, Jesus.
What's up, Brisk? Come on, lay it on us, buddy. Lay it on us.
Oh no, it was for Thoughts Child. He left.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was better.
We'll go get on his stream.
You gotta love the old half baked if you're gonna leave.
Yeah.
nothing wrong with being half baked in reality, because why
Man,
not, man? I wish I was a little quarter baked into reality instead of freaking.
What were we
sober
talking
as I
about?
am into reality. What's that?
What were we talking about? I had something I wanted to say. That was going
We were
in great
we were
direction.
talking about
Medium
Ethereum
sympathetic.
before we got into the conspiracy theory crap. We were talking about ETH, you know, and
Yeah, I don't even remember
and
now.
then of
but it's
course
all
we
good.
always get into that conspiracy, you know.
Drink. Drink. Is that a
No,
new
just
drinking
secret
word?
mistake,
drinking word.
opening the door to
Conspiracy
and,
Yeah.
you know, basically a kind of maybe a start of a slow rug of DeFi. That's all. That was a point about I think an hour ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, something they were touching on right at the end was really good. I don't remember what it was now, but
Yeah. Hey, can I jump in and say this?
I'll take your word for it. And thank you.
yeah.
If
that
I
was
if I
great.
could jump in and say this,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
shirt red.
yeah. Let's hear it.
It's remember everyone deployed. So it's Red Friday at my company. We all go out there at 9:00 in the morning and salute the American flag and say the Pledge of Allegiance. But that's the shirt that I'm wearing right now. So it's remember
Awesome.
everyone deployed.
Appreciate
because,
that.
You know, us as military guys, you know,
Yeah.
we need to like continue to support our troops and that type of thing, despite administrations and all the politics that go on.
Yeah,
It's the
those guys are
Yeah.
the ones.
It's
that
the
are
boots
putting
on the
their-
ground.
Oh man, they got it
standing on the
rough right
wall
now
for us.
too.
They got it rough.
Yeah.
It's
The
Christmas
leadership
time.
that is not taking care of them.
Yeah.
They,
And one of the incredible guys at the shop, you know, the company I work for, produced these shirts. He did an amazing job. In fact, RG, I'll send you one. You know, just DM me your size and your length, that type of thing, and
Oh,
I'll ship one out to you.
all right, bro. We'll swap shirts. I'll send you a DS shirt. You probably
Yeah,
don't-
no, that'd be awesome. I mean, you know, this is important.
I gotta go to my storage and get some out. I owe Sandy a shirt. I haven't gotten her shirt out.
Yeah, no,
I haven't been to
but-
the storage.
You can leave
But,
this one to make it.
But no,
lost.
I appreciate that because since it's holiday season and everything, I want everybody to think about that. If you do have somebody or know of somebody deployed, man, do something nice for them. Send them something.
Yeah.
It's hard being out there in these situations, especially in a wartime situation, at Christmas time, away from your family, away from your friends, out there in the cold, dealing with, being in the military is a tough life as it is, let alone being in a wartime situation at this time of the year. It's really tough. And especially if you're going through the stresses of, dealing with, what's going on in deployment, it's just really nice to think about those. Just put some good thoughts out there, or if you can do something, or you have somebody that's close to you that is doing something for somebody, get involved, help them out, send them a little care package, a letter, anything. I mean, I remember letters were, well, I guess now it's probably they get emails and stuff on the instant.
No,
man, those fucking letters were such a big damn deal, man.
Paper
When
letters,
they'd bring that stack of letters in, man. You'd run over there going, man, I hope I got just one fucking letter in
one,
that pack,
two, maybe, yeah.
Boom, 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 and you're in there just over every word, just rolling over them. That was just awesome.
Yeah.
So just think about those guys at this time, man. It's important.
Well, it's not just the military too.
Appreciate
Even
that.
like over Bitfinesse being truckers, like they sacrifice their life to bring us everything that we need. It's
Sure.
the people that
Let's
do
talk about the
job.
truckers too out there on the road. Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
people
no,
that
100%.
sacrifice their livelihood, their friendship, and their isolation to make sure that we get what we need. They fight for what we need. It's all of us that do what they have to do to protect everyone that needs to be protected, whether that's from commerce or whether that's from war or whether that's everything. Right?
And they're
Yeah.
delivering all our Christmas presents right now, man. They're
Well,
out there
not only
delivering
that-
all of our goods.
Just from the food aspect, it's a 3-day supply chain. Yeah, I know what it is. It's a 3-day supply chain. That gets interrupted. You have empty shelves.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's incredible when you think about the size and the scope of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand it, but a lot of people, don't. They don't even think about it. They walk into their grocery store and they're just like pissed off because there's nothing on that particular shelf.
Yep.
And they're just like, you don't even get it.
Where is
There
my
was no
goddamn
children's Tylenol in
Gorgonzola cheese?
3 stores tonight. My
Why
wife
am I
went to
fucking
3 different
drinking?
stores trying to get Tylenol, and she couldn't get Tylenol for the kids.
I went to the store.
I actually had someone in my hot tub earlier had the same damn problem. All children's Tylenol gone.
Yep. Yeah, they're all got
Yeah.
fevers right now.
No,
My
I
kids
mean, I
busting
went to the
hard.
store like a month and a half ago looking for basic common medication, like over the counter stuff. Empty. Like, sorry, little tags up there, sorry, due to supply chain things, like we don't have this. And it was basic like stuff. I'm not gonna say what it is, but I mean it's ridiculous. I'm like, people don't realize how close we are to like the edge of just disruption.
Well, we saw it. We saw it during the vid issue. I mean, when the supply chain started gumming up. I mean, out here in the port of Los Angeles, we still we've never had what we got now. We've got freaking freight ships all spread out across the harbor.
Yeah.
Everywhere you look, there's freight ships out there waiting to
can't
come in and get unloaded.
That
Because-
toilet paper shortage was pretty freaky, huh, guys?
Well, yeah. That was right?
weird, man.
On that
was
note,
weird.
I'm gonna flush myself. That was nice to see you guys. Thanks, Captain,
Bro,
for
it's good
hosting,
having you
and
coming, man.
yeah, it was a blast.
Great to see you, Jordan.
Appreciate it. See you guys.
All right, my brother.
Yeah, I guess
Take
I was
care.
the smartest guy in the world because one of the things that I did when I got my Costco membership originally is like I bought like a buttload of toilet paper, and this is before COVID, so I just had it at the house, and like, all of a sudden, like there's toilet paper fights, and like.
But the
people,
question
like,
is did you buy more during the shortages?
no, I didn't. I didn't have to. I had 2 years worth.
Okay. well, you
know,
should have kept
so-
buying it just to
No, I literally like just this past week, just as kind of an experiment. So I
Uh-oh.
I have like
I don't like where
60
this is going. I don't
No,
like when we
you'll
talk
love
about
it. You'll love
experiments with toilet paper.
No, it's not experience with toilet paper. So I
As
have like
Captain said once, but did you die?
Yeah, I didn't die. I had 6 months. I have 6 months worth of like long-term storage food, that type of thing. But they threw me like 3 packs, like 72-hour packs. You know, and I have 2 of them in the cars, but I had 1 extra. And I'm like, you know what? I gotta try and eat this stuff. I'm like, just to see what it's like, because I mean, like,
Yeah, shouldn't you rotate it though? Like,
well, yeah,
some
but
of
it
it
lasts
and
for
then-
25 years.
Oh yeah, you don't
So-
need to rotate that.
I don't need to rotate that. But the whole thing is like, it's a big thing to go out and buy stuff, but if you never utilized it, and so I utilized it,
It's about storing what you eat what you store.
and it's actually
Okay.
the company I bought it from, very good. I mean,
Do you got the bucket of mac, like the 5-gallon bucket of chili mac?
no, I don't
No?
have that stuff. Yeah, no.
No.
I use 4.
I always wonder what that tasted like.
I don't get a kick
Like
off
chicken
this. Maybe I need to like do the
I love me
chili
some chili.
promotion stuff. But seriously, I used the 4 Patriots thing. Pretty solid.
Do you have a referral?
Don't add
link?
salt to anything though, because I think they over salt stuff. Like
I'm sure they do if it lasts
It's
25 fucking years.
Yeah.
There's
Comes from
probably
a-
some natron in that shit, bro.
comes from a chef perspective. I'm like, I'm
Comes-
gonna take this balance and like it's a little salty.
Comes
Yeah, but-
mummy wrapped with natron and a fucking little cat idol inside of the damn
Bro.
thing if it lasts for 25 years.
I went through 2 of them because I thought the second one would be different. Like it'd have something different, like maybe a cookie dough or something like that, a little snack, like an MRE, that type of thing. But it didn't. It's just.
I'll tell you what the best food to get is, and that's the Air Force. I think they call them LURPs. Man, those things are good. Those things
Or
are
whatever they are.
What?
good. The Air
Um,
Force makes something.
I'm gonna
This is
Google it
a while
right now.
back that they made these, and I think they LERPS is what they were called. And because the Marines in the field, we ate MREs, and let's just face it, MREs is like
Oh yeah, they're garbage.
warmed over dog food, right?
Yeah.
And-
Yeah.
And it was like prison food because you'd learn how to make things with it. You'd take the crackers and the
Oh,
grilled
yeah,
cookies
no.
and tot sauce and and this and make different things. And hey, let me get your freaking pork patty and get your pork patty and put it in with the freaking beans and weenies and anyway. But and to try and make it taste better, which it never did. Stuff tasted horrible. But the Air Force stuff, it had this pack thing. You peeled it and it heated it up right there.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
And
hot.
then when you
yeah,
opened it up,
sure.
it came out hot and it was
Yep.
good, man. That was some good shit right there. Boy, I remember
I
got
love
those
that
a couple
insta heat,
times.
right?
During
Yeah,
the
yeah.
virus, I was pretty convinced that they were trying to reduce the population and kill us. So I ended up buying like a bookshelf and buying a ton of the Campbell's chunky soups. I bought like
Ooh.
I bought like a couple cans every day, and I got like at least 100 cans. I was like, all right, this should last me about 3 months at least.
Are you
What
sure
you
you didn't
want,
get SpaghettiOs?
actually,
and
out
your
of
white
that
It was
rice?
chicken a la king, man. I didn't know they had chicken and rice. They didn't. We had chicken a la king, not chicken and rice.
What you want out of that? You want the cream of chicken and you want the cream of mushroom. Those are the 2 you want. Those are the most versatile, for recipes and stuff like that. But
Yeah, we ate sea rats from the 50s too. We had,
Oh,
we
yeah.
had some of those every
Yeah.
once in a while. They'd get us the sea rats, and you open the cans with the green cans.
no. You open those MREs, you get like a pack of matches. You get the all the stuff. Yeah.
Little Tabasco in there and stuff. Little baby
Yeah.
Tabasco. That they put that in later. The other ones. Oh geez, that's his regular cuisine though. That's not
I
his.
eat
That's
sushi,
Bro.
baby.
You should see my post from last night. So I literally had a dollar store. It's not a dollar store now because it's $1.25, right? Inflation. But
It's
so
a value store.
It's a value store. Thank you, Brizology. So I bought a couple of these and I had some tri-tip that I had cooked up. And so I cubing it up and throwing it in there into these cup of noodle soup type things. And I'm not spending more than like 10 cents like on anything. I'm like, I'm gonna be the cheapest guy in the world. like that's my whole focus. Like we're in a bear market. Like it's time to invest.
The bear market conversations are I love them. We talk about anything. We don't well, when we're in a bull run, that's when everything's exciting.
Right. You know, everybody's like
bear market. It's like
elbows.
Everybody got their freaking bug out packs and their beans stored up.
I already bought the dip. I can't buy the dip anymore.
I already bought the dip. I bought the first part of the dip. Second,
I'm buying the second part and the third part. And the fourth
we're in the fourth part now. Melv, what are we at, Melv? 2.24.
I'm taking to China, baby. Like
I went all
China's
in at
like
23
5
cents.
miles away.
I went all in at 23 cents.
That was a big dip too.
Oh man.
Man, that was a big dip. 23 cents was a big
like
dip.
50%.
And then 13 cents. That was like, oh my gosh, that's the biggest dip. That's a monster
This
dip.
will not stay
This
below
never going
10.
below 13 cents.
Oh my god.
This crypto she is a bad bitch. She
This
is a
bad girl.
I was like, go below 10. I dare you. I dare you.
Go
Go
below
below
10.
10. It's all okay.
I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it.
So I bought at
Bitch,
9.
stop it.
I bought at 9, and it's all okay.
1.8, baby. If it hits 1.8, I'm pulling. My trigger is already pulled. If it hits 1.8, like I got a big trigger. So
I'm going back to
Sorry,
work.
track.
No, it's
I was
stupid.
like,
It's
can I get my job back?
He's like, you just left your dream job, Cappy, and then you're like, I come back.
I gave up a dream
my
job
God.
for the bear market. They
Oh my God.
actually made me. There you go. Hey, bro, can you get me a hookup?
Oh, yeah, stop cameras.
I can do fries.
I was lead chef at my last restaurant.
Can you get
I
me the
gave it-
hookup, bro?
Gave
Oh,
it all
Brizology, do you chef?
Put in a good word for me.
No. I want to know if Brizology.
No,
you
I'm
chef?
I'm a home
Got to start with
chef.
the freezer cap.
I'm a
not
home
fries.
cook.
No. You're a homeless cook.
A home cook.
Oh, home cook.
That's it.
Oh, okay.
I don't do it
Okay.
professionally.
And Brisology lives, dude. Like we were talking about this today. He lives in the middle of like food central. Like he walks out his front door, and he's got every cuisine you can imagine within 5 miles of his house. Like
No,
you can't
like,
go like anywhere
50
without
feet of my
food.
house.
But I mean, within 5 miles, there's like
yeah.
150, 200 restaurants. Like
Oh, really?
he lives right in the middle of like.
But everything's actually like within walking distance too, so it's pretty awesome. It's a
Yep.
good spot.
If he did a lot more of it, he'd look a lot better. But for some reason, he must be driving everywhere he's going.
Yeah. No, I'm curious.
Stand up. Stand up. Oh, he is standing up. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn.
Damn.
That's coming from you. You do realize that, right?
Oh,
man. It's funny. Like people need to like really buckle down and like get into the sauce. As like I like
the sauce.
Yeah, the sauce.
Don't
The
get
sauce
lost
is-
in the sauce though.
Put it on
No,
a sandwich.
There you go.
Right
like
now,
that. Don't
I
get
mean-
lost in it.
you're skimming off of like low bottoms, right? You may see more low bottoms stuff, but you're not going to see this in the bull market.
You had
I
one,
mean,
Dorsey.
I'll be honest
You
with you.
had
I'm
one.
like, you're not going to see it. And it's like, and everybody's like paranoid and fearful. And I'm just like, no, just don't buy into the fear. Like buy into the hex. I'm like, you don't understand. Like you get 3 cents to 30 cents. You made a 10x gain. You 10 times your money. You got $1,000.
And that's not even all-time highs yet, folks. That's not even
No.
all-time highs. But you know what? Let's not even talk about that part of it. Let's talk about the fact that the contract is still working, and that
Right.
Hexicans are doing like 6.5, 6.3 hex per T-share per day. I mean, come on. The contract's working and working well. Working well. I got more hex every day. I'm here for more hex. I care less about where the money's at right now.
Yeah.
T-shares,
Of course, it's
Cap.
good when it's high.
T-shares.
It's good when it's good. But I mean,
I'm here to accumulate assets.
accumulate. Well, yeah, just accumulate them. And nobody else is accumulating. Hexicans are accumulating right now. Nobody else is. They're
Well, that's
all
the thing.
wondering wondering if they're going to get their money back. Can you imagine being in that position? Like, we're making hex every single day, and there are a bunch of people in Cryptopia that are wondering if they're ever going to get any of their money back. If they're going to get any of those Bitcoins back that they had on those exchanges. Bitcoins. People had Bitcoins, guys, that they don't have anymore. Let that sink in for a minute. Let that, the most secure asset in all of crypto, and they don't have it anymore. They don't know if they're going to get it back. Somebody stole their Bitcoin from them. Isn't that a fucking shame? Hexicans, unaffected.
I actually got a credit card
Clip it.
offer today that was, instead of like 1 or 2% cash back type thing, they offered Bitcoin back. And the company's called, I think it's called, it's not Uphold. Is it Uphold?
Uphold with the fiat gateway.
Upgrade or Uphold or something like that.
It's
But
Uphold.
they actually have a credit card that will give you payback in Bitcoin.
Coinbase does too. Crypto.com.
Oh,
as well.
really? Yeah.
Well, here's inherently the problem. That's why the sexes and all the rest of this stuff will keep falling. They're playing the same games, but they actually don't earn yield. So they need to leverage to pay some kind of margin to give you some ratio of something to get you on the coupon system. With the T-share system, we earn the yield regardless, immutably.
Sure.
And through that, we don't have to play any other fancy games that caused the big short, that caused the .com bubble, that caused all the things that we see, because we already earn trustless yield. Everyone else has to fake it, whether they want to call it a Ponzi or mismanagement or anything like that. They're giving out and have to make margin calls to have leverage to pay people something, because their thing just goes up and down. It doesn't actually compound.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
No, I just found it interesting. I would never advise anybody to get involved with that. You know.
Sure. Well, I mean, I had my 401k in BlockFi at one point. Sure.
I like when I hold my keys and I go in there and I look.
You like
and I got
holding
this.
your keys.
Yeah, I hold them.
Two-handed.
100%.
Sometimes you need big Red Bull.
You know why? Because nobody else has them.
All right, I got a question for the panel.
Yeah, I like
Is
doing pop
CZ a
and
good
boner.
guy or a bad guy?
Ooh,
he's a piece of
that
crap.
one's hard. That one's
Okay,
really
so you
hard.
can
He's
say-
trying to be Mr. Good Guy right now, isn't he?
He's a piece
I-
of crap.
Is
He's
he the
just-
savior or is he the antichrist?
No, he's definitely not a savior.
No,
He's
But let me ask you that-
he's the only one that doesn't have shit all over his face right now. That's who CZ is.
yeah. Well, he's trying to at least. But
Well, it's like the perfect time. He's like, damn, I can look like a good guy right now.
Yeah,
with as
right.
bad as everybody looks out there. CZ's
Yeah.
actually looking like the fucking hero. That's killing me, man.
Well, so was
It-
Bankman-Fried one week when he was like, DeFi's, but
Yeah.
I'm the savior, and then dun.
Oh boy.
But here's a question for you to counter that. There's that argument that Batman is actually not the hero and the Joker is the savior for actually rising up against it. You can see a bad actor and a good actor in between the money changers if you want to do religious-y, nonsense-y spaghetti man shit. The real question is, who doesn't try to benefit to help other people do their thing? CZ definitely benefits, and he acts on wedges to take particular advantages.
sure, yeah. What
But I remember
happened?
being go ahead. Well, I remember when I was in Crypto J's, Maximus J, from way back when in 17, and BNB was like trading at $3. I just gotten my stuff out of Regal Coin, just finally transferred right over to Coinbase Pro right when the Bitcoin Cash fork happened directly then. So I'm like, oh my God, what happened? And it was a different paradigm, but we also had what the fuck was the original DEX called? Ether Delta, where if you accidentally put a zero in the wrong place, whoopsie. But even like sourcing contract addresses was really whoopsie. And he capitalized on the naivety that built something that the GUI and the system worked, right? And he had that easy invoice or easy window that 2 Bitcoin in, 2 Bitcoin out per day. Fine, no KYC, all the rest of that type of stuff. And after he gleaned all the rest of that, kind of like how Zuck took Facebook with Prestige to then having the power and not giving a fuck anymore, is he actually building innovation? Or is he holding on to first mover advantage, which we can see can be dethroned at any time?
I think he's holding a first mover advantage, but it's just me.
All right, I got another question. Who got theirs? Hold on. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a little bit quicker than this.
What's that?
My
You
bad.
pulling up
One
some
sec.
info?
Pulling up some info. All right, who got theirs?
You got some for sale, right? They're all gone, everybody. They're all gone. Briss got a few. He's got one up on the auction. How much you trying to sell that one for?
150 Ethereum.
150 Ethereum.
For what?
All right.
For what?
For his
Picture,
Trump
picture
NFT.
of Trump.
It's Trump CZ.
Yeah.
It's
Was
our
that-
new savior of crypto.
Was that Trump thing a scam? Was that done by a bunch of scammers?
No, man, it's legit. Straight
It's
up
legit, right?
It's legit. It's put on Polygon, though. Good luck having no corners to figure out how to get their shit off of Polygon.
Well, they got 45,000 of them.
Briss figured it out. I helped him on. We got on the phone last night, and I helped him. We figured it all out, and he hooked it up and bought like all of the damn things almost, didn't you? I think he made the top. I think he made the top last
So
night.
you could buy them at $99.
Floor.
It's $100 each, but now the floor price is going for $195. So you could sell it on a double.
On a double, baby. On a
You
double.
guys-
The Trump
You could have sold it on a double.
Cheers.
Could sold it on a double.
Good job, Briss. Good job. Good play. Well played, son. Well played.
GRC's telling
Hey,
me I should have bought Zen.
No. Stop that stuff. That's nonsense.
Whoa.
Well,
We
well,
don't
stop
say
Stop
things
it.
here.
Stop it.
We don't
Stop
talk
it.
about stuff like that around here.
Yeah.
Hey, Briss, we had a good conversation at sushi today. When I was having my bluefin and you were having your lobster roll or whatever it was. It was very
Baked
good.
scallop.
Baked scallops. I'm sorry. And I was having my bluefin sashimi. That was good.
It's the filet mignon of the sea.
It was good, really good. We just went like right across the street from his house. We didn't even have to drive. We did, in big diesel truck just to make sure we were sticking it to the,
Man.
and then we murdered a bluefin tuna. We were talking though, and one of the things that came up, and it was very interesting. We kind of like we conspiracy theoried ourselves right there. But not to turn this into a conspiracy theory, but something to think about. That we noticed that there was an article out about, Briss brought it to my attention, that Fidelity is going to be accepting crypto into retirement funds.
At this exact time,
Yeah.
wild.
Like they just made this announcement, like out of the blue,
Very
like all of a sudden now.
coincidental.
What a
Yeah.
coincidence!
Just as everything's collapsing.
As all the
Wall
exchanges are collapsing.
Wall Street steps in with their big foot right through the front door.
Right. It's so odd.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so odd.
serendipitous.
And it's so
honestly.
odd when you look at how the market moved. Like it was like the $2 trillion that left the market left it well before all of this this FTX debacle happened.
They knew it was
And then when the
coming.
debacle happened, like the biggest freaking outright scam ever in crypto, and the needle doesn't move.
It's BitConnect 3X, and the needle didn't move, and they didn't fucking back away.
Nothing happened. It's like, wait a minute,
That's
that's
my
like the
boy
biggest
Bitcoin.
FUD to ever hit. Didn't even move the needle. It's like it's actually making mainstream news. Old people, my 94-year-old grandfather's questioned me about it. Old people on the train are talking about it, and the needle doesn't move.
Hardest money on earth.
We got
Right?
million. Wait. When's your million? Wait, everybody. Risology's $1 million Bitcoin prediction.
By 2032 at the latest.
32.
That's the there's another happening in 2024, then 2028, and then 2032 is like I think it's probably going to be there well before 2028. But if everyone could just hold off for 10 more years, you'll get that $1 million Bitcoin. I promise.
Is that where the Cyberpunk 2032 comes out? When that $1 million Bitcoin?
Well, it's just that's when the happening is. So
yeah, buddy.
It's going to be pretty scarce around that time, guys.
Yeah, you'd be really scared.
Because the
gonna be really scared.
Work's gonna be great along with the ETH-W. They're going to be challenging each other.
ETH-W.
That's right. Because
it's a zero-sum game, all right, guys.
Is that what they call it? A game?
They've got all kinds of cool stuff going on, though. You know, you've got Grayscale trading at 2 to 1 now. You can get 2 for 1 now, bro. You don't have to buy the regular Bitcoin.
Sunday, get your 2 for 1 Bitcoin up in here and now you get actual
Blue light special on Bitcoin on aisle 2.
But the thing is that like you can't. Bitcoin was the hardening to make things go forward. If you go look at Facebook or look at MySpace now compared to Twitter, which Elon just hard thumbed 42 billion. Whoopsie. But look how far we've come with that in just a simple Occam's razor of time.
Leave my little buddy alone.
That's
the only people that pay Chris.
One time accidentally.
This one, and then.
He's got the dirty. He's got the dirty.
Welcome up, Bitcoin. Diversification.
I know you love that. Yeah, goodbye.
I mean, technically, it's leveling up. So you should start with the McDonald's fry, then do the Bitcoin, and then do the Pulse Chaser.
Oh my god.
Well,
this is going to be so fun when Pulse Chain launches. Like everybody's going to be like, "Kumbaya, let me give you a hug." The whole bit.
That's not actual Bitcoin. That's on Grayscale. That's not Bitcoin.
No, it's just a derivative.
Yeah, it's like fake Bitcoin. It is as real as FTT token, but at least it's supposed to be backed 1-to-1.
Yeah.
But we'll. I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen their proof.
It's half price. I'd be buying that shit up if I was you. If I really liked my Bitcoin,
1-to-1, and then be
if you like your Bitcoin, go buy the.
I guess it means they have 2-to-1. It's back 2.
I mean, you're down half. I mean, like seriously.
Yeah. Well, the inherent problem is again the corruption again, because if Grayscale was inherently Grayscale and not GBC or whatever the fuck it is that also now is suffering from Genesis, it's the people that leverage and margin themselves out to acquire more things that they don't have. You know, Grayscale inherently of itself is good because of what it does for a different avenue of wealth and utility, but just buy the real fucking Bitcoin.
But what about our Hex? Our Hex launch here on the
Grayscale dilutes Bitcoin by selling fake Bitcoin.
Correct. Well,
they're artificially inflating the supply. Every dollar that goes in the GBDC doesn't go into Bitcoin.
Correct. I agree with it. But there is a utility
Like
push for
every
it.
dollar spent on weed is a dollar not spent on hex.
However,
All
have
right,
you ever
all
seen
right.
the back of
And
$20
Brissology
bill?
knows
On
that.
the-
Brissology knows that. Well, let me ask you this, RG3. Let me ask you this: with the setup for the trust or the similar thing to Grayscale, is
You
it
talking
gonna
about
be
the Hex
100
Investment Trust?
Yeah, it's going to be 100% backed.
Yeah, because it is non-redeemable. So
Yeah.
every piece of paper hex that is created, a hex has to go into the trust, and that hex can never be pulled out of the trust. It's not
Right.
redeemable, meaning all you can do is sell that paper. That paper is the only thing that can trade. The
Sure.
hex that goes into the trust stays in the trust. We
Yeah.
built it that way specifically to create another way to burn hex, basically.
I know.
So
The biggest thing is that I wanted people to hear that. I wanted
Oh.
them to understand. Like there a lot of people, I mean, anybody who's listening, even on the stream right now, they don't understand that stuff. They don't understand the dynamics, the whole bit. But I do. But it's interesting. I think people should look into it. Yeah.
And I think that we'll see a lot more. It's there. It's been built. It's passing the tests of this whole SEC thing.
Yeah.
And that's what's really, really cool right now. It's like, it's when the bull market comes, it's going to be a lot more popular. When Hex becomes more of a goat as far as all of crypto is concerned, and people really understand what it is, it's going to play a bigger part. Right now, it's just in its infancy. It's a premier product, meaning that it is only for accredited investors. It's not it's just a private offering, not a public offering. But eventually it will become a public offering. And at that point, then, sky's the limit on it, and how much hex can it lock up, and that's what I'm really excited about, is that we've proofed a concept, not that we have the greatest product in the world or whatever. We proofed a concept that, hey, we can build things that can lock hex up. The more things that we build that lock up hex and use the value of the T-share, the more and more valuable you make hex. And that's why I praise Hedron so much. I praise what Alex did, is because Alex proved the concept. I'm not saying that like Hedron and everything that he did is the end all be all, go buy Hedron. What I'm saying is that Alex proved a concept that we can use the power of the T-share and lock up more hex to go out and build a DeFi ecosystem, to go out and build Web3, to go out and build things and there's things that we haven't even conceived of. And there's a lot of things that have been conceived that are being worked on with the power of the T-share and what we can do with it based on Alex's concepts. But the things that aren't here yet, the things that are to come, are going to make this even better. Hex is going to become so rare. And I've said this ad nauseum to you folks.
3 years.
One day, people will be standing in line to get your hex when you cash out your T-share, because there will be no more hex. Remember, there is only about 10% of the circulating supply of hex that can be staked. Let me say that again. There's only about 10% of the circulating supply of hex that can be staked. And once that's staked, that means zero circulating supply.
Yeah.
What in the hell do you think that's going to do to the price of hex? People, when Richard first started talking about hex, he said, you guys don't even have a clue as to how high hex can get.
Right.
Because imagine if there was none and everybody wanted that immutable, trustless inflation yield. Let's call it inflation yield. And when everybody wants that thing, it's going to become so valuable that when you release your T-share and you take some of it and decide to even sell some of it, because I think that it's going to become so valuable to people that they're going to be like, damn, I've got to restake some of this. I cannot just cash it all out. It's too valuable. And that's when we're really going to see the power of Hex, when it starts getting locked up more and more of it starts coming off of the market. There's just, it just becomes a people waiting in line for T-shares to come out every day. It's going to be insane. And this is going to happen sooner than we think. This is not going to be
on
a 10, 15
on two
year
different chains, sir.
Yeah, it'll be 2024.
On two different chains.
Then you buy the security of both different T-shares.
Right?
Well,
I mean, think about it. People are going to, if you can't get it on this chain, well, there's a little bit of it over in this chain. And then as soon as that chain ends up gone, they're going to be waiting in line on both sides.
Yep.
Waiting in line on both sides to get your T-shares.
But that's really what it is.
The value of T-shares.
On a T-share. Hex is on to get on the T-share train. You need Hex. That is the most important paradigm of building dApps on dApps on dApps, and how decentralized shit works. Correct.
Pause here.
Yes,
Can't wait to see the haters standing inside the T-share lines.
Oh, that's gonna be so good.
Oh,
it'd be like shame with like Game of Thrones and the bell.
Is this what you want?
God,
you want some of these T-shirts?
Shame.
Man, that just excites me when I get on that train of thought and I start to think about what's really going to happen. This is what's really going to happen, because we've been talking about this for 3 years. Everything that we've been discussing and following and watching with this has come to fruition. We're actually, I hired somebody to go and dig up all the old Discourse Syndicate information that we've talked about and what we discovered, uncovered, and exposed to the community. And we're going to go back and show a history of what we talked about and how it came to fruition and how we ended up where we're at today. And we're still talking about the same trajectory, the same things, the same. Hex has not changed. It's immutable. The code is done.
Captain, can
Everything that we've seen is coming to fruition, and this will pass too. We will see people waiting in line for Hex. Guaranteed.
When you make that video, can you cut out all the stupid shit I said?
No, I'm going to turn you into a metahuman, and I'm going to make sure that I turn you into a human. So I'm letting you know No, I want you.
I didn't know that much back then.
You put necks on people, so no, I will not do that to you.
That's it, Dorsey. That's it, Dorsey.
Dorsey's number 2 got out. Oh.
Blue collar grunt, bro. I like your name, first of all. Burn out by the bear market, but y'all streaming, keeping me in the game, dude. All you got it. Look, you remember that movie? Remember what the hell?
Remember the Titans?
Bubba Gump.
Forrest Gump.
Forrest Gump. Remember when they went out into the storm and freaking Captain Dan was just distraught that he had his legs gone? But you know what he did? He was forged in that freaking storm. He got up on top of that freaking crow's nest and he screamed at the storm at the top of his lungs and said, "You're not going to fucking kill me. I'm going to make it through this. I am forged in fire." And he came back 1,000% stronger. That's what we're in right now, guys. We are weathering the storm, but we're built for this. We were built for this. This community was built for this. We've got to come together. We've got to understand what we've got our hands on. We got the tiger by the tail, and we're in the middle of a storm right now. This storm is kicking everybody's ass, but ours. Now, I know personally a lot of you may be hurting. I know personally a lot of you might have got in at the top and you're 90% down right now. Look, we're all 90% down. The amount of money that some of the people that are sitting on this stream have lost would make you want to jump out of a 5-story building. I'm telling you, what's happening right now is devastating. But there is nothing new under the sun in this freaking crypto game. Richard told everybody, and we've seen it 3-4 times now myself, these 80 to 90% dips, they come and then they go. And we go to new all-time highs. Go look at the old stock market. The old stock market is proof that there's volatility in the market. But guess what? That market always goes up and to the right. Up and to the right, always. It's always done that. It's always gotten better. But in the middle, there's these emotional dips. And it's those emotional dips where people either make mad gains and build future generational wealth, or they get wrecked. They emotionally check out, cash out, and they get wrecked. It's those who can hold during that time. I lost my ass in 2017. I made big gains. Big gains. I thought, oh man, this is it. Crypto is it, man. I'm freaking looking good. 6-figure gains, up to going to 7, everything going great. And then I held, and a lot of people sold. And I said, no, man, this is going to keep going. This is going to be good. This is going to be good. You got to stick around. And boom, it crashed. Lost everything. 85% dip, right?
100%
devastating
back then, sir.
But I held it. And when I was ready to cash out, this guy, Richard Hart, came along and said, guys, I'm going to save crypto. I'm going to build something good, and I'm going to change this space. And I trusted him. I believed him because I saw this guy talking, man. I said, this guy's a real down motherfucker. Richard isn't full of shit. This guy is real, man. I saw him. He's heartfelt. He knows what he's talking about. He called that freaking top like a boss, man. This guy knows his shit. And I trust him. Something about him I trust. And sure as shit, man, pushing what value I had left in crypto into Hex changed me generationally forever. And that was because I held during that hard time. My wife was on my ass. She's like, that crypto thing didn't do shit for you. You said, my cousin bought a $80,000 backyard because he cashed out at the top, and you held that shit all the way down to the bottom. You're a fool. Everybody said, you're a fool of that crypto crap. That thing's dead now. It's dead and gone. You'll never see that shit come back again. That was it. What did we do? Fuck the 20K Christmas. Motherfucking Bitcoin went to 65K. That bitch pumped the whole market. And us Hexicans, we even outperformed Bitcoin 65K run with a 10,000x of ourselves.
She's like,
because we trusted in
Carl is going to Bahamas. You're going to work.
Well, I mean, I think all of us in 17 that were there,
he's going to Rikers, bro, and we're going to work.
We all were chasing back in the day trustless yield, whether it's cloud mining, Ponzi's, or for the lending platforms, something that gave you something that didn't fuck up. Same thing at BlockFi and all the rest of them that lended out and leveraged margin to give you trustless yield. We now have that.
So
trustlessly. Period.
Real quick, blue collar. Thanks for your comment. It's people like you that I feel for, that I keep streaming for, that I want to give confidence to, and let you know that crypto is going to come back. Crypto is going to,
you know what?
It is going to be part of the future. I don't know how.
It's all market cycles. And you know what really, really convinced me? Richard Hart's stupid ass Bitcoin prediction of 10K. Dude, he called 10K when it was $65,000. And look at it, it's almost there, and it's just a cycle.
It's closer to 10K than it is to 65. That's for damn sure. Or 100K, like some of them were saying.
I mean, it's just a third fucking loss to get to close enough there to be margin called. And at that point, we go from like 2.5 to what? 2?
How do they even work?
Ratio.
Yeah. So guess what, guys? Guess what? If Richard's right, we could see more pain. We could see more pain. And I'm not saying that Hex is completely affected by Bitcoin's movements, but we've seen the whole crypto space move, and we've seen Hex move with it. But that's not saying that it's going to. I'm not saying that it is, but it is quite possible that we can see more pain. And I don't think it's going to be long-lived. I don't think this, we may be 3 to 6 months into this. Oh, God, I hate saying stuff like that. But that's what I'm expecting, 3 to 6 more months of a bear market before we start to roll back out of it. So that means some max pain. That means some time still. And it could stretch out a year. Who knows? But it will come back. It will come back. Crypto isn't dead yet. It is not dead. And blue collar worker, feel for you, man. I know that you're burned out. Just hang in there. This is your forging, bro.
Training
This
day.
is your annealing. You're being forged by this freaking crypto fire right now, and I'm telling you, you're going to come out of this a better person, a better Hexican, a better Cryptopian, whatever you want to call it. You will be better for it, and you will have learned, and you'll be wiser. You will understand the power of DCAing in and out if it's necessary for you. You know, some people, they have to live on crypto. Some people do live on crypto, you know, and that means being accountable and responsible and DCAing in and out in the right times. And that means when it's on a tear, when it's on a run, when you see all-time highs coming, hey, you know, responsibly DCA yourself some income out of it if that's necessary, if it's needed for you. If not, if you're young and you're using this as a 401k savings plan and you're just stacking crypto, then let that shit ride, baby. Let that shit ride. You youngins, man, some of you folks out there, you hardworking folks that are trying to get a retirement plan set up for yourself of some type, and you're hoping crypto can do it, and you're using this asset that we love so much to do so. Yeah, responsibly be able to DCA yourself out just like you DCA in.
Also, one point to that, let's just say you bought at the top at 50 cents or whatever the hell, and let's say you put $1,000 in. If you put $100 in right now, your ratio from tip to top to tip to tail is literally down a shit ton. You did not lose almost anything. What you got for what you put in, when you know it's a cycle that goes up, to what you get now for $100, if you put in $1,000 at the top, is mind-numbingly different. So you have to understand that just because you got in on a bad deck of cards at a cycle, just like you planted your seeds in the middle of winter, doesn't mean you shouldn't plant seeds in the middle of spring too.
I'm sorry. CZ just tweeted something and he was cracking fun. It says, now we are safe. And it says, Jim Cramer says, do you feel as reassured by Binance as I do? And Jim said, I trust my money more in DraftKings than in Binance.
Yes.
Let's see. Nom wants a wrench. Let me see. Is Nom in here? I'll give him a wrench. All right, everybody. It has been over 2 hours. I don't want to keep it going too long. I had a lot of fun. I love laughing, man. You guys make me laugh so much. The Hexicans are the best, man. You guys
also, tip of the hat to you and Famous on Wednesday. That was a delicious stream of good content and really good atmosphere of ideas and variables. So definitely check out when the Cappy and Famous do things on Wednesday. It's good stuff.
Thank you, man. No, I love that show because freaking Famous is just, the kid is just sharp as a whip. Freaking strong as can be.
He's fucking Mr. Robot. Don't you let him tell you he's goddamn Mr. Robot. If you haven't seen the series, Cap, I'll make you watch it.
He's not just a strong and wrong guy. He knows his shit and he's confident in what he says and he backs it up. And when he's wrong, he's not afraid to say he was wrong. And I like those qualities in a human being. And I just love tapping into smart young people in this space. And that's what he is, man. He is just that kind of kid. And then on the other side of it, in the background, and then he comes on stream with us every once in a while, is Bullish. That young man is as brilliant as it gets and knows production value of a show like nobody. I mean, he's just helping make the show great and bringing stuff onto the screen and just making sure everything's prepped for us. So my hat's off to both of those guys for making it what it is. I'm just the old man eating shit and barking at the moon while they're doing all the work. So
whatever, Boomer, you're doing good. You listen to fucking me, and now you're fucking talking like me. You're doing fucking good, and the captain's the reason why I'm here. And like that's how we started this stream. It's all about the community. The Immutable Code is fantastic. We have an immutable community that teaches.
Oh, there's Nom. Let me give Nom a wrench here. Yeah, where's Nom? Wants a wrench. Everybody got a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. You get a wrench. There you go. Nom. Enjoy.
Captain's
Um,
over.
Go ahead and give.
Oh, look at all those caps. He's very happy.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Nom, don't feel so privileged, man. I've given people that were fudding us wrenches before, so.
I mean, he used to call me the camera tech, so you never know what the boomer's going to do when you log it in, but he fucking slays.
You're
Tip of the
welcome,
hat,
Nom.
Cap.
All right, everybody. Thanks for coming. Freaking love every single one of you. Hey, it's going to get better. This too shall pass. Brighter days are coming. They ain't here right now. We're in the storm. So freaking get in your crow's nest, scream at the fucking storm, point your finger at it, yell at it, cuss it out, because ain't nothing you can do but just get stronger right now. Just get stronger, get stronger, get stronger. Be resolved or have faith in your resolve. What I can't remember how to say it, but just, man, right now, tough it out. This is the shit that makes people strong. This, if you weather through this shit and you don't sell and you don't get fudded out of the game and you don't, buy into the bullshit or the conspiracy theories, watch the facts, guys. Don't watch one news source. Go read multiple news sources and pull what you think are the facts out of them. Listen to different people. Go and find people that you trust, and don't just get latched onto one thing. Go find people who are really writing stuff. Like there's Nerd Girl is a good friend of mine, and I know journalists that are out there that are trying to make things happen, that are trying to pull out information. Go find good journalists and vet them yourself and start to pull information from them. But just don't buy into conspiracy theorists. Don't buy into one person as being like your tell all, be all, do all. That's bullshit, man. You need multiple freaking counsels. People who have a lot of counsel are the people who are the smartest, wisest people that do the best in life. Seek out good counsel and don't sell yourself short, because you guys are worth it. And right now is that time. Stretch those fucking legs, stretch those muscles, go out and work out and just freaking weather this thing. I want you guys all to be there when we go to all-time highs. There's some badass parties we're going to have. There's some freaking yachts that we got to float on. There's some beaches that we got to sit on. I ain't going to no goddamn snow-covered mountains, so you can have all that shit. I ain't going to no snow-covered mountains. There are too many beaches in this world for me to visit to be wasting my damn time, the few years I have left on this planet, on any damn snow-capped mountain. So if you want to come see me, you're going to come hang out with me on the beaches of the world, and we will truly be the freaking guys and gals that show everybody the way in crypto in the future. And I can't wait to see you all there at the top.
To quote Dylan Thomas, do not go gentle into that good night, because Captain definitely ain't going to the ice cap mountains.
Yep, ain't happening. Beaches, baby. Love all you guys. Have a good one. We'll see you on the next. I'll see you on Wednesday. Me and Crypto Famous on DeFi Syndicate.